laptop, and then I have to turn on the volume.
Aí, ó.
Laptop,
Princesa Bari.
Unmute laptop. Okay. I can hear it. And this is temp audio.
Bonito, hein?
Yes, so obviously we branched today.
Áudio temporário, eles falaram.
Ready for our OB5 update. But we obviously have things that still come in past that, and we are constantly updating it. So I know for a fact there's some things that are being fixed still. There's some VFX stuff that we're fixing. There's some animation tweaking.
Tá bonitinho, hein? Tá bonitinho, hein, caralho.
You'll hear some of it, so like her ringing the bells. I know that was added, but that wasn't in up until like last night.
Não queremos demo técnico, queremos gameplay. Eles ficam se explicando muito, né, parece.
I think right now we're
first, or notice first, not the first. She doesn't have any mana.
Yeah, she is manaless.
So,
ela não tem mana.
I know you want to show off the kit as a whole, but just tell us what this resource is before.
Ela não tem mana. Ela tem o quê?
So this resource is spirit.
Okay.
She builds this by damaging gods or
dando dano.
In her kit can give her a lot of spirit in one go.
E algumas coisas dão muito espírito.
She's actually kind of glowing right now. It's because she's at half, and as she gets closer and closer to being at 100%, and I'll just kind of push it here with auto attacking. She is a ranged carry. Her primary role is carry.
Ela é DCF
you can see
total.
now she's glowing a lot more intensely.
Ela parece mágica essa porra. Ela é mágica.
I kind of want to show the
wombo
do it.
I'm going to stop talking.
We're going to go with the wombo combo. So we're just going to do, this is, so all the cooldowns are on right now. So this is something that you can do in gameplay. We're not cheating right now. So you can get a lot of abilities very quickly.
Pom-Pom, what just happened?
Just a lot of things happened.
Should I be scared?
You should probably be scared.
Okay, good to know.
So that was all of her abilities in one go. We'll go through each of them one by one, just so you can we can explain what all that was.
And it looks a little OP, chat, but give us a second. Let's explain what we just saw here, because there are some limits, you know, that you can't just cast a million abilities in a row. And yeah,
muitas bolas.
So we're always talking about passive first. So this is Mystic Surge. As you deal damage, you gain.
Você acumula espírito causando dano para inimigos. Quando chegar a 100 de espírito, eu vou entrar em Mystic Surge por 5 segundos. E pode usar qualquer uma das suas primeiras 3 habilidades sem cooldown. A habilidade usada nessa forma vai ter efeito bônus. Você vai ganhar força, inteligência e attack speed enquanto está no Mystic Surge, baseado no rank do Spirit's Cadence. Deve ser um dos skills aqui. Então você vai de 42 de força, 60 de inteligência e 35 de attack speed. Ó, passivinha é God, hein?
And upon reaching 100 spirit, it gives you a which will go in use of any of your 1, 2, and 3 as an enhanced ability. So if I have my, let me turn the cooldowns. So if I have used all these things, which will go into what they do, and then I get to 100, which I get to by ulting, you can see I actually have all the abilities back, and then when I throw it, I get my normal abilities back.
Yeah,
so mais fortes as skills.
You get one free cast.
You get one free cast, and that cast is what's considered enhanced. And,
só uma skill fica bufada. Você não pode usar as 3 skills bufadas quando você entra no modo Super Saiyajin.
Associated with it.
Yeah.
So that's the passive.
É a
so
passiva.
Your game plan is really to play around building up that passive and use that.
Você quer encher.
Just get a free cast off and go.
Será que ela funciona full skill?
Which I. Oh, no.
It's okay. This is the worst. It's a great laptop. It's a very powerful laptop.
Ó, você vai jogar um sino, causando dano baseado em força e inteligência, mas é dano mágico nos inimigos que chegar. Warding Gusts ou Revenant Steps vai puxar o sino pequenino. Então a 2 e a 3 puxa o sino pequenino, causando dano e slow no inimigo. Com Mystic Surge, que é com a passiva cheia, vai aplicar um slow. E o Rolling Damage vai dar um stun. E também vai aumentar o tamanho em 1.67 vezes. Que número estranho do cacete. Cooldown 13 segundos.
The keyboard is a little hard to navigate.
The problem is the bar for this is directly where that is.
Oh, yeah. So like the microphone bar is in the way of the keyboard. I get it. I get it.
Not skill issue. But you can see that so we have Sacred Bell. You lob a bell. Pretty straightforward. You throw the bell out. It deals some damage. It has a warning. It does the things for hitting gods. You get some spirit. But you can see that obviously there's a lot more interactions with this bell than just.
Você tem que combar. Ei, Cold, bom.
First, and then we'll talk about all the interactions.
A 2 agora.
It's a cone attack. Does a cone.
É dano normal.
I'm getting flashbacks of Vamana.
Né? Parece a do Vamana mesmo.
We'll do.
Tá falando inglês, sei.
I can go through all this. Reset cooldowns. Thank you. The close range, though, however, knocks them back. Again,
de perto empurra.
Yeah.
Nothing too crazy going on here.
É tipo a do Aquiles.
I will push you away.
The 3 is
A
actually...
And there 2 is, the animation is like she's waving her fan, right?
Yeah, she's waving her fan forward. It's basically a fan gust.
Yeah, so it's
Ela
like
faz
the
o
fan
leque.
is dealing damage.
Ah, que legal a animação.
If you're too close to her, the fan will actually knock you back.
Yes.
Em Disney.
Your 3 is actually kind of a different movement ability.
Bom de madeira fogo hoje? Hoje tem que ser weird, então, hein?
You have complete freedom of movement.
And
you actually get a nice kickoff burst of speed, so you can just move
tipo
freely.
dashzinho pra frente.
You're going to fire a projectile.
E joga projétil.
Now, this one is, if you hit a target, you gain a massive burst of spear. This is your primary combo.
Se tu acertar um inimigo com esse dano pra frente, você ganha muito espírito.
It's going to actually give you 50 if you hit a god successfully.
50?
So if you hit this, you can often play off that knowing that you're going to get your enhanced abilities.
Da hora. Então se você dá o dash e acertar esse aqui e chegar a 100 de speed, você ganha outro dash, basicamente.
The cooldown if you hit it successfully in a god pretty significantly. So the more you hit this, the more you get to kind of dance around the battlefield.
Which is pretty fitting for the way Korean shamanism works, right? Because
ela tá muito bonita, cara. A aparência dela.
And dancing based magic.
Gostei fortemente.
Yeah, a lot of the rituals have various sounds associated with the spell staff. They have various motions and dances associated with them. So we're trying to be evocative of that with that kind of fluid motion and also like bringing like she has like.
Pô, ela desceu. Posso fazer ela mid?
We want to make sure that that is represented. So now onto the combos that you can do. So
você aprendeu inglês?
when a bell is deployed,
primeiro eu aprendi jogando videogames, né? O básico. Aí depois eu fiz aula.
Can hold in.
Ah, você chupa o seu sino e chuta ele? Ela é brasileira. Certeza que essa deusa que é brasileira.
And the kind of bell staff, we want to make sure that that
is
represented. So now onto the combos that you can do. So when a bell is deployed, you can hold in and fan gust it around. And it's a ricocheting shot. So you can ricochet around areas. You can get in these tight jungle corridors and actually send it flying.
Cara, e ela não fica sem mana nunca.
If you do it while it's lobbing, you can actually throw it from where it lands.
So se for de longinho, você só chuta. Se você for de pertinho, você puxa e depois chuta.
You need to do things like, for example, this. That's valid.
Mano, pegar kill com isso aqui vai ser muito clipe.
Hit the wall here. So you can actually be flexible in how you actually launch it. Either max range to get some extra distance or pull it close to you to get that kind of line skill.
Que da hora, cara.
Yeah, a lot of player agency in how you want to use these abilities. It's not just like, I push this...
Vai fazer focado em skill, né, mano?
The bell also can be pushed by the 3. So
3 também joga.
Launches it forward. So you have multiple ways of accessing, because you might have used the 2 already when you get your free 1. We want to make sure you have multiple ways of actually augmenting this. And then each enhanced ability, which I'm just going to ult because that's the easiest way for me to be.
Aí quando você ult, você vai ganhar a passiva cheia. Aí você ganha a habilidade Enhanced, né? Que é o do Mystic Surge.
Become enhanced quickly before showcasing this. The enhanced one is a much bigger bell.
A bola é maior.
Which means that when it gets pushed around, it is a much bigger, like, actual hitbox, and this also now stuns.
Does it
Pô, mas parece muito difícil, porra. Parece muito difícil acertar essa skill.
It lands and when it gets pushed, or just...
It slows when it lands, it stuns when it pushes.
Okay.
And the base version does nothing when it lands, slow when it pushes.
Okay.
Your 2 that's enhanced is it's just more damage, and the knockback is further. But if you have, let's say, a normal bell here, and you pull it with an enhanced 2, that bell becomes enhanced.
Quando você tá buffado, a sua 2 dá mais dano. Só que se você puxar um sino normal, a sua 2 vai mandar o sino stunando.
Enhance a bell that was previously unenhanced by using an enhanced ability to launch it.
Okay.
And the 3...
Pô, mas estranho, você tem que usar só 1 antes de ultar, então.
When it's enhanced, turns from a projectile into a skill shot, like line skill shot.
So it's instant
damage.
Okay.
And again,
o projétil, para ser projétil, vira tipo ult to har.
Similar to the 2, it does more damage, plus it will automatically enhance a bell. So
e vai buffar a sua bola.
Here, and then enhance 3.
Aí a bola dá stun.
Okay.
Pô, mas ela parece difícil de aplicar, pô. Que porra é essa?
So,
não parece?
You gotta get a feel here that these abilities are relatively straightforward and simple pieces. But how you want to use them and what combinations to be able to enhance it for a stun potentially or not, and how much you want to be trying to... You can also, like...
O que ult faz além de ficar Super Saiyajin?
How you want to approach each fight. So, do you want 3 bells to just cover
a giant area? Não, é a nova DC.
You want to make sure that
Bari.
you can launch them at different targets. You want to just be safe and do things like... Essentially, with the way the kit's developed, you can get 3 casts of any single ability, or you can weave them in. So if you just want to be dashing away as someone's chasing you, and they're running after you, just go pew, pew, pew at them as they're chasing, perfectly fine. If you keep getting dove...
Pô, pior que ela DC vai ser roubada, né, pô? Porque, pô, Supunhetamos, você dá só 3, você dá os básicos, aí você vai encher sua passiva e já dá o dash novo.
You want to keep knocking them away from you, that's perfectly fine. Or if you want to go all in on
É a DC mágica aí, ó.
a lot of different combinations going with these effects.
Tá vendo aqui, ó? Essa bolinha quer dizer que ela é mágica.
Maximize this kit because you know, I'm a small.
Nossa, ela tá bem bonita, cara.
Like,
a roupa dela.
And also you can just get a free bell that way, so you can get another bell that way.
Oh, jeez. Yeah. We got four
Canela
bells
fina.
now. But like, from what I've seen, you know, from playing the
Canela fininha.
Bit, like, I can just like throw out the ball, you know, throw a ball and then knock it around, and I can have fun with her, and still do okay, even if I'm not like nailing the combos the way that I absolutely need to. Okay, and I'm not sure.
You're really focused on using the abilities for like more zoning potential and then lining up the stun so that you can make sure you land your autos.
Yeah.
Mudou o mapa, hein? O chão aqui não tá diferente da torre? Mudou, hein? Tô vendo essa textura aqui diferente.
For them is a bit more straightforward. If you play Int, where you're really focusing on these abilities to deal most of the damage for you, you're gonna have to really master these combinations. So you have to. So the second is obviously.
Ele tá falando que pra fazer focado em skill vai ser muito mais difícil do que fazer ataque básico.
The third ability is Reverent Steps.
Ooh, I like that name.
Yeah, I like Reverent Steps. And then the final one, which we'll go into, is Spirit's Cadence.
Spirit's Cadence. Vai conjurar uma dança espiritual que vai pulsar 3 vezes. Os primeiros 2 pulsos dão um dano baseado em força e inteligência, dano baixo. E o último pulso vai ser um dano mais alto. E cada pulso vai aplicar um slow que estaca. Seus aliados na área vão ganhar um Espíritos Guardiões. Quando eles estão um dano letal, eles ficam imunes, silenciados e desarmados por 1,5 segundos. When taking lethal damage, become immune, silenced and disarmed. Se eles fossem morrer, eles não morrem? É isso que eu tô entendendo aqui? É isso? É um edge? Antes de morrer? Counter de execute, se pá, então? E castar vai te colocar automaticamente em Mystic Surge.
This is the ultimate. So, obviously, just to showcase it, because I think this is a really cool
It is a beautiful ult, and it's like I think it's very difficult to like make things that are, I think, really pretty.
A estética
that aren't just like overwhelming,
right?
And I think that this does a good job with that.
So the idea here is that she summons a spiritual version of the rituals that she performs.
E no card, na arte lá, tinha um arqueirinho atrás dela. Cadê esse arqueiro?
At an area. Each dance beat is accentuated with a dancer actually
doing the motion.
You have the bell chiming there to help with that. And the ultimate itself does damage in a pulse that slows. Now, so this is useful to drop on an enemy team just to be able to chase them, get some damage out.
Numa fighting.
That it automatically forces her into her enhanced state, which
also dá o dash.
Is if I do a 1 here and then ult while I'm still enhanced, it will re-enhance me, giving me another access to an ability.
Legal, hein?
So you can use this at any point to just get an access to your free abilities. So for her,
one thing we did mention, does she still are her autos different while she's in her enhanced mode?
Yes, her autos are also different. They do explosion AoE. So you can also
e quando ela tá em formato assim, o básico dela dá em área.
Onto enemy targets with that, and you get a nice little pulsing circle there.
Awesome.
So this obviously is just really good for her. But you can also
ela é totalmente baseada em destacar passivo o tempo todo.
Maybe the cutest little spirits we've ever put in the game.
They're called guarding spirits.
Okay.
They want to protect you and your team. And if you were to take lethal damage, it protects you from that lethal damage. So
tá, mano, é literal uma Aegis, mano. Tipo assim, tá bom, você vai continuar com de vida, mas isso pode fazer você ser você, tá ligado?
If you would drop to 0, it instead basically protects you, making you immune to all damage, and also silencing and disarming you. So it's not a true cheat death in the sense of you can't die and you just get to continue to fight, but it will protect you from that moment of death, and it will give
Mano, tem chance de fazer doideira, tá?
Give you a chance to position yourself, and it gives a chance for the enemy to also try and like snipe that kill right as that protection ends. But it's not just for Bari, right? Because that's pretty good.
É pro time.
It's also for her team. So if she has a team here, which will spawn bot Ymir. It's so hard to type when I can't see. There we go. If I have a Ymir here in an ult, you can see that he is also protected by this guarding spirit. So
E fica um tempo depois, eu achei que ia ser só durante a ult. Depois que a ult acaba, fica um tempinho em volta ainda.
Big team fight, you get to just drop this on the whole enemy team. You get to go super. Oh man, I don't want to say it. You get to go super glowy.
Super powered mode.
Super Saiyajin, porra!
Yes.
You get to go.
Se tu brilha e tem efeitinho, tu tá super saiyajin e acabou.
Your free abilities, and you're also protecting your team, which means that this ultimate is a very powerful team fight tool.
Yeah.
Bari always gets the guarding spirits, but allies have to actually touch this visual area. So,
Tá, a Bari sempre vai ganhar o buff, mas o aliado tem que estar dentro da área.
Gets a free cheat death.
Correct.
And it's only the duration is not.
It's about 4 seconds.
Okay.
So you get 4 seconds to potentially take lethal damage. If you see a Kraken winding up, drop this on them to try and protect your team as much as possible. They'll get essentially the Aegis effect on them, where they'll be damage immune. But they won't be able to fight
da
back.
hora, gostei dela, hein?
To them at that point, or you to try and stun someone off, knock them back with your fan. You can try and protect your teammates.
Oh, dá pra fazer umas play, hein?
But it just gives that extra bit of like team fight utility.
Ô, Jeff Braga, América Latina Sul acha a partida de boas.
Compared to things like, I know, like in the thread we talked about the closer look blog, they're like Kepri and Kali crying in the corner. Kali gets to chase and still gets to try and like get full resets with that.
Can keep attacking during it.
Kepri has like a stim that empowers that person. Also can like the amount.
Break it.
Executes will go through this.
Okay.
We went back and forth with this.
Execute mata.
But we just felt like execute is one of those things that like things that.
Como assim execute?
Execute, and that just tends to be the rule. And so I felt like this. There's some debates about whether or not it should.
Ela não tanca execute.
But that just felt
estranho, velho.
It prevents death, so therefore execute goes through it.
Cool.
Also, yes, playing with a Kepri support or playing with an Afro support like I did in one of the laning tests that we did. It was being able to ult and then also get an Afro ult to survive was very good.
Você pode estar tá com 1 de vida, vai levar ult do Rado, o Vulcan você ulta e não morre.
Yeah, so a lot of cool stuff, but there is some
Tem aspecto
to it.
Yep.
And I will say also, like, you know, once you
Cara, dá pra fazer ela mista, talvez, igual um Poseidon, com skill e com cooldown. Porque você viu, cada básico vai te dar dano 5 de espírito. Só que a skill dá 50. Não dá pra fazer meio que mista, né?
Once you come back from this cheat death, once you are saved, you come back at like the health that you basically would have died at.
Pô, maneira ela, hein? Mas eu achei ela meio esquisita ao mesmo tempo. Maneira estranha.
Like Kepri ult, you get kind of the free.
A questão blá 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 blá, eu quero ver se tem aspecto. Tem aspecto ou não tem aspecto?
100% rank was
before.
Yeah. So you get some, which is I don't even know if I'm saying that correctly.
Yep.
It's kind of this like black see-through hat that's usually associated with over, except for like.
Eu acho que não vai ter aspecto não, hein? Quando tem aspecto eles mostram. Aqui estão só falando blá 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 blá. Ah, a torre, ó. Ó que bonitinho.
Chad is noticing that the tower area ground.
Que bonitinho a torre.
Some conquest updates in this update as well, including new tower pads. So
chique demais da conta.
We're just kind of continually like chipping away.
Chique.
Yep.
Yeah.
It is
Bahia.
Like from
that she would work in.
As you get.
Tá. Então só tá. Não tem aspecto aparentemente.
And we also
Opa.
Update.
Currently no.
Não tem aspecto.
Spoilers.
Okay.
We do have a new item.
Okay.
Novo item que é o Arondite, a gente já viu.
And some of them are probably spicy enough that they'll be important to know that.
Tá.
This is whenever I go to find her. It's
Mano, ela parece alguém. Olha a carinha dela. Como que tá parecendo? Alguém famosa, se pá? Eu não tô lembrado.
When I'm looking for Mulan nowadays, it's like instead of looking for M, I have to look for H for Hua Mulan. So
I think it's probably gonna be easier for everyone else, but internally to switch class to her, see her model here.
And we know the issue with her back foot twitching a little bit. There's a tech art issue that we are finalizing. We're showing you guys.
O pé dela bugando, tá estressada a menina, tá pulsando o olho pulsando.
Yes, I am account sharing with Isaiah.
Yeah.
I love the reflective like.
Olha o pezinho dela vibrando, tá estressada, coitada.
Yeah.
It just looks so good.
Yeah.
You can definitely.
Tá, mostra as skins.
I like that.
You can read who she is at a very quick glance. So let's go into the mastery track.
Yes.
Maestria.
So there's the clap.
I like that. Yeah, it's good. It's a good little clap.
So first
das
sombras is the shadow skin.
Ooh, evil shot.
Cara, se a skin da sombra não tivesse essa aura de fedor em volta, eu usava muito mais.
The texture on that, that's cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of someone from certain death. Whether or not they die after that.
Quando você não, você defende a galera da costa ult.
And then ascended
kill quando você tá com a passiva cheia, blá blá blá, ok.
Ulting is really like that.
Nossa, mano, eu vou chutar. A rosa vai ser a skin mais legal dela. A rosa.
Always looks so you can get 15.
Yes. So you can extend it that way. It depends on if you want the refreshed abilities or not, really.
É muito cremoso.
Always looks good.
Yeah, always looks, like this color scheme, I can't think of a character where I've been like, you know what, this color scheme isn't working.
É muito.
And everybody gets that one for free. Yeah. So can't go wrong with it.
A rosa.
Opal.
Ficou boa também. O pau ficou bom, hein, velho?
I always like especially that big piece on the back.
Yeah, like I feel like on each of these, like this almost has like it has like a parallax illusion on it. That's really neat.
That's cool.
Ficou legal.
It's like real opal.
Yeah, that's cool.
O emote, como é que é o emote dela?
Onto the emote, which I think this is a fantastic.
Yeah, this is a really good emote. Get ready, chat.
This is so good.
Yeah, ficou legal, ficou legal.
Tower dive and fail.
Gostou do opal dela? Gostei.
Translates to shaman.
Scarlet's affinity for a certain
Mudangue.
And finally, the radiant skin.
Yeah.
A radiante, puta que pariu, hein?
So sick.
Yeah, very like
So
ethereal.
sick.
Yeah.
Que da hora, velho.
Normally the
Aí a bota bugada.
Well,
unfortunate.
we will show off the frame when it's
mas podia lançar essa borda, hein? Usável, essa borda só de zoas.
But then how will we know when our temp ones
Tá, eu chuto que vai ser o bagulho de espírito e sininhos, a borda dela.
You're trying to be straightforward.
É isso. Pô, você vai virar vídeo sim. Tá lá.